Fred's my name, a hillbilly with a cold. Always high, always looking for his next load. Snitching on everyone, causing a commotion. In this little county, where secrets aren't safe from the notion. Living in a trailer with a mind full of weed. Fred's always scheming, planting bad seeds. It's you to create a wife. They're a team ripping folks off. It's all part of their twisted dream. Fred's got a drug problem, ain't no doubt about that. Cocaine and meth, they got him hooked, that's a fact. He'll snitch on his mama, his cousin, and his brother. No one's safe from Fred, he's like no other. He's like no other. Got him hooked, that's a fact. No snitch on his mama, his cousin and his brother. No one's safe from Fred, he's like no other.
Did you guys go to the grocery store?
We stopped at Zoomer's. I don't think we even went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
We got the drinks and stuff at Zoomer's, I think.
Yeah. So if Laura said that they went to the grocery store or whatever, that's her account, and Fred doesn't, you don't remember that doing that. Mm-hmm. I don't know how there would have been time for something like that. Plus 4 to 6, that wouldn't be exactly right. That couldn't be right. That they wouldn't have been able to get to the store by 4. Plus, they saw Andy at the gas station at 5:30. So, yeah, I mean, that's just 2 eyewitness accounts, and you'll have to take it up with Laura.
Yeah. When did you say you sent these?
It's Fred that has told his story over and over and over again, and Fred that was the one that recorded, and Fred that was the one that rode with law enforcement to certain places. It's going to be a lot different. Plus, Fred's memory is crazy. Like, it's really good.
Law enforcement's got a copy of my phone. Everybody that was talking to that day, and they run every ping and stuff, every Wi-Fi that it connected into. And
I hope they did that with everybody. I mean,
it's probably an animal, right? Or it could be.
Who says she doesn't know what she's doing? Yeah. Just because she doesn't, she freaking claims that they made it to the junkyard and that they went to the grocery store. And this was said, I mean, how many months was that, 2? I mean, how many years after? It was like 2 years after when you hear her talking about this stuff. It wasn't like soon after. And she didn't work with police. It's not going to be that big of a thing in her mind. It wasn't her.
Just like she thought we had passed
Candace
and stuff. And she told that when I asked her about it, she said that she thought they was in the green Suburban or whatever. I'm like, I don't remember page no more seeing them that day at all.
Yeah, Annie, that's the thing too. When was the interviews? Was it at a time that she was mad at me and Fred and trying to, you have to take into context everything at the time. But also this is was years after Summer went missing when she said this, and I don't know. I've never the person that I talked to, we do hear a little bit of Laura in the next one. And it was, but you'll hear a little bit of her story in the next one. But, really, I didn't talk to Laura that much.
Laura didn't want
around the case. She didn't want any part, really anything to do with it. And I honestly don't think it's fair for people even to give her a hard time about, or act like she's lying about something because she mistook. To me, it seems like a really just innocent mistake on a lot of the stuff. Why wouldn't he want to answer your question? Trial Junkie, you hang out in some very questionable chats and you have no problems with it, like with them. But you're giving Fred a hard time about stupid stuff like he wouldn't want to answer if Laura was with him the evening of June 15th when he was out and about. Yes. Laura was yeah. And what are you talking about the evening? Because Fred was already was back after
she went with me that morning when I left and come back. Because I left and come back.
Yeah, there's no reason to be like that. Fred, there's nothing to hide. There's no reason to, I mean, that's really weird to kind of way to address your question when you're wanting an answer from somebody. It's really aggressive and it's rude. You're not giving anybody a chance. It's very,
between 4 and 7, what? What you mean between 4 and 7?
Oh, when you had left about around 4-ish, and then go out and you see those people broke down.
4:15 is when I left out her first time.
And then you had to come back in to get
the evening.
Had to come back in to get the trailer but yeah, 4 and 7, yes. Laura was with them. What are you trying to get at? Fred was also the one who was asked to record for law enforcement, that same evening.
My mic was muted, sorry. So, yesterday, I spent a whole 24 hours almost taking apart Ziggy and her going over her and Fred's old content. The reason I picked this video first is because I felt as if it was Ziggy discrediting every single thing Laura said, and it gets deeper. I have another video. Let me see if I finished that one. Hold on. Video file. Okay, that one. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, guys, so much. I think there was a lot of discrediting about the bones, but I don't want to go over that one yet today, so we're going to hold off on that. But there was a lot more. Hey, Deb. Hey, CM. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Sinister. Everybody else, I said hi when Yins came in. So the reason I picked this video first was, one, because it's a short one. We can get through. Every video I show, I'll post after my live. What you see here is Ziggy discrediting every single thing Laura said the other day that was different from what... Oh, I'm not sharing. That's why. Hold on. Share screen. I went to pull a few clips. I don't know which ones these are. We're going to skip through them, and I can look for more. So let's listen. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Detach this. I have an interview Ziggy did. Let's throw this on. This was the first interview Ziggy did with Laura. It was the second day that Ziggy went to Tennessee to interview him in January, the first time, and she caught Laura off guard. Laura didn't seem like she wanted Ziggy there, and Ziggy was extremely, extremely pushy. And she ended up getting some information out of Laura, but I have other clips I want to share with you too over time. But I'm going to end up taking these little videos apart and putting them in other videos because I've made so many of them, and I probably have 12 more to make. Okay.
If you talk to anybody, talk to you. Ain't too happy with me as ever. Don't be mad at me. I tried to stick up for him. He ain't. Because you know what, like, Jody Sue has like put out a lot of untrue stuff, and I really wanted to talk to him about that. I mean, I'm supposed to leave tomorrow, but she was trying to say that I've had questions I've been writing down for over since I left, like that people want to know. I mean,
actually, guys, this is what we're gonna do. I have this torn apart. I have another video made I'm gonna show while we do this, and this is Laura and Ziggy speaking about Jody Sue and Andy. So what am I doing here? StreamYard, we want to... Guys, just bear with me. I'm not used to doing it this way. Video file. I apologize. Okay. Here we go.
I bet I have to watch somebody's lyrics.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Jody Sue and Andy? Do you think that there's any chance that they're involved? Or
they got some property on another road, and it's odd that they went and checked that property that day. And ain't been that property in over a year.
I was wrong. It's Fred and Ziggy talking about Jody Sue and Andy, but I want you to hear the things Laura said about them as well, and I have a lot of that torn apart, so we're going to put that together, but I missed a video or two I wanted to add, but it's still worth the watch. It's from that first interview I was just about to show you, but hold on. I'm a little off track today. I don't know why.
is that where Joyce is living right now?
No. That's where they lived before they moved to
Right here.
Place, so. But it's straight across from that kind of church.
Yeah.
But it's, I feel like Andy and them had something to do with it. I mean, helping do something.
Is that why was supposed to meet me today?
Because
I missed meeting. I almost peed with you guys on the...
They didn't talk to nobody. They'd stay up on the hill and stuff. But as soon as she went missing, they didn't leave that road down there. They stayed down there for 3 days, day and night. They just trying to hear everything that was being said. I mean, they just...
I assumed that they'd been there day and night because every time I went down there to record, they was always there, you know, at the bottom of the driveway.
Yeah.
Well, see, about 3 years ago, I had a bunch of cars here at that time. I mean, long roads, loading them and stuff on trailers and stuff, and I was having to parked in the road to load them, and I'd have to move and let people by. There's one truck come in, and I can't place what color it is or nothing. I mean, I remember a truck, and it was just odd that way it acted and stuff. And then Andy come in and followed it out, like he would come in to get it.
Andy out.
I followed Andy out.
Yeah.
So why? Here you said that you couldn't remember the truck. Could you not really remember it, or?
No, I remembered it. I just didn't know whether to put it out or not. I was just trying to let the law enforcement do what they need to do about it, because they done thought people were staying one step ahead of them at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just didn't want to put it out there.
Take it wherever, you know.
And which is probably was a good thing, because obviously it was super important, because even at the end, our early 2025 is when we get a call, or was late 2024 or early 2025 when we got the call from Pruitt wanting to ask about that truck, you know, so, you know, maybe it is a good thing that at the time you didn't. I don't know. Maybe it could have changed things. I don't know. Who knows, I guess. Well, but I guess law enforcement didn't want it out because they've never put a BOLO for it. So, and
okay.
But I know he goes, always when he talks about always going knoxville to get his dope.
Yeah, he mentioned that too. What about Jody Sue and Andy? Are they dealers really? I heard they're being investigated for doing
I don't
drugs.
think they're dealers.
I didn't even know that they had even been busted or nothing for dealing or anything at that time until law enforcement brought it up to me. And I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it, you know.
oh wow.
And she tried to play it. Jody tried to say the reason that she wouldn't let them in the house and stuff is because Andy had guns in there, and where he was a felon, that she was afraid that they was going to get in trouble. That's what her excuse was to me.
Fred was peeking on her. Yeah. Okay. Right. Sure, Jody Sue.
Does it seem like every time
She's trying so hard to make Fred look a certain way.
Looks like when she went on TV the other night, she was talking about Nana for Life's family and stuff. Barrington was visiting Ben Hill about the time I was peeking what's going on and all that. So that makes several people she was considered peeking at this time.
Oh, I know. She said like,
She said
oh
it
my
was
gosh,
Dawn
she's.
at first.
I know. Now it's
me,
you.
and now she's saying there's Nana for
Oh,
Life.
there's all these people. So weird that Jody Sue has all these strange men peeping into her house, isn't it, guys? How many times have you guys had peeping toms, like peeping? I don't think I've ever caught somebody peeping in my window. I mean, I'm sure it happens.
I went up there to check on some tires. I think it was for Chad Arnold. I think it was that sent me up there. Andy was supposed to have some tires or something. That's the day that Jody introduced me to their daughter and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't even know they had a daughter. But when I went up there that day, there was just a little trail that went to the front door, and then the rest of the yard was growed up in briars and stuff.
So you don't even know how she could even have a peeping tom, because there's no way you like could get to a window, or there's
not unless they was walking up on the porch or looking in through the kitchen.
Yeah, but everybody's peeping in on Jody Sue. She's, I mean, I guess she's just like desirable, and every single guy in town just wants to peep in on her.
Like the tree trimmers and stuff is whatever.
I know that they were hitting on her, and that they were trying to get her to pick up a fucking pen. And I mean, come on. I know that. Listen, I know how some eyes can be. Okay, I get it. I've had a few creepers in my life too. Like, but come on. Like, she acts like every guy she meets just like tries to come on to her. And, you know, and not only that, it's not normal, like, just coming on her.
I see her at the club and stuff. I never even seen nobody, the guys even associate with her. I mean, for real. I mean.
Oh, gosh.
when I'd see it hog wild.
She has a wild imagination, guys. Didn't Jody Sue say that Dawn Wells was sending her gifts through Amazon? Yes. I mean, or that somebody was. Remember, there was some secret person sending some kind of like gifts. Yes.
My phone is gonna be. I can't. She's jumping off of you and head.
Stop, Bandit.
They won't let me go to the home. Look.
Probably causing it. When I get depressed, I lose weight. Obviously, I haven't been depressed for a while.
He'll come here and won't pump me to see what I know. It's a reason he don't like me. He wants to know find out what everybody else knows. What he
Yeah.
And
that's what you were saying, that Jody Sue didn't leave for 3 days from our house, right? You feel like that was odd because did they leave?
Yeah, they stayed. They never even. You wouldn't even see them. I mean, very seldom you might see them come in and stop at the mailbox or something other. But that would be it. And then as soon as she went missing, they stayed down there. Didn't even go up to the house. I mean, they sent their young'uns up there to get them something to drink or a sandwich or something. But they didn't leave that road down there.
Like
listening to everything that was being said. Like they was
for 3
trying
days.
to see if they was anybody threw them out there.
Right.
The way I hear the bill,
Yeah. Or I would be curious myself. I'd probably try to listen to, I guess.
How about Jody Sue and Andy being at the bottom driveway? Every time I went down there, that's where they was at. So I'm assuming that's where they were staying. Every time I went down there to record or anything,
Yeah.
they was always right at the bottom of the driveways. Because they sent the girl up there, Jody did, to get them something to drink a couple times while I was down there.
She is a very nosy type, too, but,
But a lot of people suspect, and Jody Sue's been acting really weird to me lately.
Well, just like that truck was her mom's truck.
The red Tacoma?
Yeah.
That's what Jody kept us anyway.
what?
That maroon truck, the Toyota truck, was her mom's truck.
I mean, a lot of people thought it was. I mean, not a lot of people.
Wow.
Because she even said that day, she said, what they gonna do when they can't find it? They ain't gonna find it with the ladder rack off of it. She said that over on Mount.
Jody Sue said that?
Yes.
They threw it where?
That third day, you had her somewhere missing. That was the last time I talked to him. See, the tree trimmer stuff was in here too at that time. She said, boy, this has made a perfect storm, I was like, perfect storm?
Yeah, she
That's
always
what
said
I
that.
think.
Remember that?
And then she goes, that red truck come about, and then she said, yeah, they'll never find it without the ladder rack on. And then my truck tires up down there, that darn driveway, I beat it all over her. And I stuck down there most night, and then she had just lost her car because they split up and stuff, went to court. And she was actually in that truck at night, come in, and she gave a lady ride home up here, and then when I got home, I said, you recognize that truck? She said, no. I said, you don't really think about it. Then she...
So where was she giving? You were talking about Laura, Jody Sue giving Laura a ride in the back of the truck.
Yeah, from right there at that first cold.
Oh, that's right. Where you said your car.
My truck was sore. That's the same time that Grand Buns and all them. There's 3 of them.
Right.
Were vehicle.
Bandit
come off and was threatening to call Ronnie Lawson on me and said they had him on speed dial and all that.
So you've been in the truck before?
Yeah. You're sitting in the back. She brought her home
down here. Trying to get out of it. Did it have the ladder racks on it, or was that after? But you could tell where it been.
2 weeks or something after summer went missing when.
But you could tell where that they had been a lot. Did Jody Sue ever borrow that vehicle? The red truck?
I've never seen it in it until that night.
But you did.
The night that happened was the day that Jody had went over a eviction notice. Because that was later at night, way up in the morning, was when Jody had stopped back again and asked if Laura would go up there and help her try to catch them cats out of the house or whatever. When
That's the only thing that gets me is like if Jody Sue and Andy and her mom.
That is like Andy. He got another piece of property down there on down the highway. And he hadn't checked that property till that day. Why did he check that property that day? Hadn't been there in a year. What made him look and just check that property that day? Right around the time she went there.
He went over there to
He
look
didn't
for
say
her.
that they went down there looking for dogs or nothing on the 14th. He talked about going down there earlier that day searching for someone. When I was recording it.
Oh, when he went down to Fields Road, he was saying he was looking for Summer on the recording anyways.
Oh, he did talk about
took the law enforcement down there so the property laws and stuff. But we just pulled in, when I was with law enforcement, we just pulled in there where that gate was, and I told them that the road used to go with driveway right there. I said from where you see the house from the other side, if you go straight back that ridge line, you should run straight into the house, you know.
How many times have you talked to law enforcement too?
they've been here a million times.
Really? I told them that I'll come out.
Yeah, they come every time Don would leave. Pretty much.
Really? It's like they knew exactly when Dawn had left?
Mm-hmm.
You doing it? Do you think Dawn knows?
The FBI ever been there, the FBI never was at my place. I never have spoke to FBI. Just spoke to the TBI evening of the 16th, that once, when they come and took a statement. And then the forensics, when them bones was called in, you know, that's only 2 times I talked to them at that time. Until I turned that information in from Knoxville, and they had that one to come up there.
Yeah.
On my phone to the Hawkins County Jail. That's only 3 times I talked to the FBI. I mean TBI, not FBI. I thought it was odd that Jody kept saying that the FBI, they kept talking to the FBI, questioning them and stuff. That's what it makes sense to me. Why the FBI questions when I've not talked to them or seen them or nothing. Or know of them talking to anybody else. I know the TBI talked to Marvin and
maybe, I mean, do you think she's calling the
Chad, and I know when they come out there to talk to Marvin at Marvin's house to talk to him, Haskell was there, and then when they left from there, they went to Long Store and talked to David Bays, because they told that David was out there at that one place where I picked up that bike that day for Brandon, brought in. He was actually there. So they questioned him out there, and who was it, Pat Wilcox too out there. They pretty much questioned everybody that was on camera, that had been seen on camera from 2 weeks prior to Summer going missing up to Summer going missing.
See, that makes me think that he paid him or
I
something.
just figured it was for drugs or something.
And that's never a story that's ever wavered. That's, I mean, you pulled up, that's the very first time that story came out is right there. And that's still, I mean, it's true. I mean, the truth does not change.
Why Dawn would be worried about handing someone money or whatever when your daughter's missing. Just
I know.
What was it, like I don't know if it's second or third day, second day I guess it was or something. It might have even been longer than that, I don't know. But Don brought them cigarettes and stuff up there to us and stuff. Said that he figured I was out because he couldn't get out of the hall or something because of Summer missing.
Yeah, almost like, you know, he felt bad, like it was his fault. He did the same thing about the searchers. He acted like he felt bad that the searchers had to be out looking for Summer.
It makes sense to me.
Why? I mean, because what he was trying to, was he, I don't know, do you think he was trying to suck up to you?
I don't know.
Before she went missing.
Here you're talking about the pool incident, how you saw him in the pool. This is literally the second day I met Fred. This same story. What's different?
That wasn't there when she supposedly went missing, but he was there like a couple weeks before. A big swimming pool.
Right. Where did that go?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what somebody else said.
Where's it at? That where at Red Barrel section. They show at Red Barrel and stuff. That swimming pool sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. Was it?
It was a 4-foot pool.
Was it there the day someone went missing?
No.
Oh, but you made up that whole pool story.
The day she went missing. That's what I didn't.
But maybe.
I mean, why is that swimming pool gone all of a sudden?
I know, right?
Been up here.
Right in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
You know, right in the sun.
Summer really getting ready to.
Yeah,
you know.
right. That's true. It was the beginning of spring, right?
And they done been in it a few times because Andy's son Andrew was in it with her one evening. I stopped down there because I got a junk truck off of him. I'd stopped down there to tell him I was going to get it, and he was in the swimming pool with her then, just to him and her, him and son.
You mentioned an old junk
That
truck right there,
19-year-old
though.
Yeah.
I guess you do mention a truck there going to get old
I was
truck.
thinking I'd wait up there to borrow gas off of it.
Hold on.
Andy's son Andrew was in it with her one evening. I stopped down there because I got a junk truck off of him. I'd stopped down there to tell him I was going to get it, and he was in the swimming pool with her then, just to him and her, him and son.
Yeah, you said you had got an old junk truck off of them, and
I was thinking I went up there to ask for gas. Maybe it was about that truck.
Well, according to Jenny, she claims that whole, she talked to somebody that couldn't have matched up in the date, so.
What?
The whole truck thing couldn't have happened right before or right around when you would have saw Summer in the pool or whatever. The date that supposedly the dates wouldn't line up because I don't know. I'm confused. So you don't know if it was where. So now you're not sure if you were getting gas. If it was.
I was thinking I was going up there to ask for gas and on it.
You fixed up
not Hunter, but Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
Andrew.
And Andy Jr. or whatever it would be. Like,
Huh?
I thought I'd done got it.
I know, and you said in this clip that I got a truck off of, you know, but then you said, but I was there to get it, and I was letting him know I was there to get it.
Andy's dad's name's Andrew too.
Right. It's really like George
Andrew. And then see, Andy's is George Andrew too.
Right. That's why it's hard to find anything on him.
Yeah, Andrew George is Andy's son.
Jody Sue's so scared of me. Is she really? Is he really a dangerous man? Like her ex? You think he really beat her real bad and stuff?
No, he didn't beat on her and stuff like she wanted to.
Because she says, like, if I talk to him, like, it's gonna put her in danger.
There were restraining orders though already in place.
She said she was.
It's been court and everything over.
I mean, this was just your opinion at the time.
That's why that she had to move out from down there because she got a restraining order, and that where that was his aunt's house and stuff. They put her out. The third day after, like I was talking about, they stood down there for 3 days. Well, on the fourth day, all of a sudden, when he don't leave from just the road, he leaves the whole area. He goes to Knoxville and places and stays there for, what was it? When we finally seen him at Zoomers that night at the gas station. And He'd been gone for 30-some days at that time.
Right after summer went missing?
Yeah, 4th day.
Wow.
But that's what I'm saying. They stood at the road down there and listened to everything going on day and night. Didn't even go home. And then on the 4th day, he just disappears and leaves. And don't even come back for 30-some days.
Black and white.
Jody Sue was trying to get me not to talk to anybody about here. She thinks like I haven't been harassed. You're the only person I've talked to back. Well, no, I talked to those people. They didn't.
Them people don't know nobody really.
Did they talk to Jody Sue? Because she claims she's been on the phone crying with them because she's so upset about all these people coming back here. Like, she said everybody back here is really, tired of being... Well, I'm not messing with anybody. I think she means that group. But she acted really upset. She was trying to make me feel bad because I told her, fine, I won't talk to Andy if it puts you in danger. You know what I mean?
Put her in danger. I mean, he ain't supposed to be around her. That's just law. I mean, he'll go to jail for he does.
True, but she thinks he's going to end up dead if I talk.
No, he ain't like that. Not unless she's afraid that he's going to give up information or
That's
something
what I'm saying.
that puts her guilty.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be the only reason that he would. Somebody would. I mean,
I was supposed to meet with her
get rid of
yesterday.
their accomplice or whatever,
I was supposed to meet with her yesterday.
That'd be my thought.
I was supposed to meet up with her today. She wants me to share her links, like her Venmo, PayPal.
She called him a flip-flopping sunflower.
Huh?
I said, I wonder what she meant when she called him a flip-flopping sunflower.
Mm.
Felt like there was something behind that.
And she's trying to act like she's going to meet with me so that hopefully she can maybe keep me from talking to certain people and act like, maybe if she feels like if I tell her, if she thinks I'm going to meet with her, maybe she will, share my PayPal and all that, which I did reluctantly share her PayPals and stuff. But she wants to do it behind the scenes where nobody knows, pretty much. Like,
Why do I do that? What we just heard was Ziggy and Fred talking about Jody Sue and Andy. Sorry. Did you notice, especially at the end of that, when they talk about things that Ziggy and Fred have talked about in the past that have been discrepancies, they are ignoring those discrepancies. I have a video I'm making where Ziggy is talking about that in general during this live. And I'm making a video out of it. So we're going to see that where she's just like, okay, well, the only thing that Fred got wrong was this, that, and she's pickpoking little things in the videos she's listening to. She's not talking about Andy on the road and the Playboy from Knoxville and all these crazy things she spoke about before when they speak about it during the videos she's listening to. Instead, what she's doing is she's just to me, it seems like trying to make it so that the police think she's discrediting other stuff, because the big stuff is the thing she's not discrediting. And it really fucking bothers me. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next is I have another 13-minute video. This is Laura. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to change the share screen. This is Laura. Ziggy caught her off guard. She approaches the house the morning after the first interview, and Fred is not home. She proceeds to knock on the door To me, it sounded like she trapped Laura, and we'll go over that another day. I felt she was very rude to Laura. She went there not even knowing Laura's name, calling her Christina, which is Fred's first wife. She offered to buy Laura a phone. There was just a lot there to unpack in such little clips. So we're going to do that one night. But however, what we're going to listen to now is Laura. I did the same thing in this interview. I took apart everything she said about Jody Sue and Andy. So let's give it a listen.
Oh, it was making it so hot. How well do you know Jody Sue?
I don't know that well. She's no way.
No.
Wait, I messed up. How did I do this?
Niggas got a rap game, but my fans know it.
Oh, it was making it so hot. How well do you know Jody Sue?
I don't know her that well. She's no way.
No. Do you know that there's a lot of, lately, even a lot more since we were out here last, there's a lot more people thinking she was involved in somehow, and not like where she did something this summer, but that she possibly sold something to, I mean, that's I don't know. She was really too worried about me talking to Fred, and it was weird. Do you know why? Do you think that maybe Fred knows about her and some drug stuff, and that's what she's worried about? Because if it's just that, then
I don't know nothing on them. Not drugs related.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Our horse got loose one night, and I ran into her and Andy and was going out walking on a holler looking for that little horse bed. And they told everybody that I was walking in and out of the holler with a flashlight, smoking meth, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not smoking anything, it's pot.
Yeah. And anybody smoking meth is not going to. Oh, that's right. She said somebody left a meth pipe at the end of her driveway. Was she trying to blame it on you? A smash one is probably something she made up.
She stealing little stuffed animals that they had hanging up at the bottom of their heel. She said that they took me out to town, give me a ride, let me out, and somehow I beat them back to town, and just so I could steal their little stuffed animals off their mailbox.
Is she kind of mental like that? Does she have major mental issues? I mean, is she known for that? Because she's coming up with some weird,
Fred told me that she said her daddy sold her when she was 16 or 13.
Yeah. I do believe something like that, because I know her dad, he just passed, I think, but he was in prison for rape. So we just figured that out recently. I didn't know. Last time I was out
I
here.
don't believe that shit.
What that?
I don't believe anything she says, but I think she's just trying to fucking get sympathy.
And money?
No. She's one people to like her.
She's one of those that just likes the attention?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, that's what it's looking like.
What she can come up with, make herself look a little better.
Do people come out here and harass you guys?
No.
Without her, does she get harassed that you know of? I don't know if you know her new location. I mean, I know where she's at. I know her. She's over. I feel like something's missing up here. I don't know. Right. Do you know if what about that whole screen thing that Jody Sue mentioned? Is that true? Do you know the day someone went missing? One of her stories is that she heard a scream.
I don't have no idea.
Yeah, that's something I forgot to ask Fred last time I was here, and the police said it was unfounded. But
have they found out anything new?
No, not really, and everything's. I mean, it's pretty much the same, but everybody's eyes are really, really on Jody Sue. Bad, and I don't know what she knows. Did you know Andy very well at all?
No.
I mean,
I don't know him that well.
Did he have a bad reputation or anything? Mm-hmm. Did Jody Sue have a bad reputation? For being a whore. Oh, really? Would she sell herself? Like, you mean literally a whore, or
nasty whore?
Like making money?
Yeah, she used to illicit bottoms up.
Oh, isn't that a stripper place?
Okay. I had the name of that wrong. I was calling it Hog Wild the other day. I was trying to research it, so I need to research bottoms up. But I did find some interesting shit about Hog Welds. We should talk about it one night. Hey, Pam. So, something I noticed Laura does is she defends the dudes and trashes the women. She did the same thing with Candace. She spoke about how Dawn would bring the boys down to ride their dirt bikes in another interview with Fred and Laura together. Ziggy did just as many interviews, if not more, with Laura than she did with Fred before she married Fred, which is very shocking to me because she said in that discrediting video I showed at the beginning that she didn't know Laura that well. Well, what about all the phone calls you were having while Laura was coming live on your panel? What about your secret trips to Tennessee to pick Fred's mom up from the hospital while Laura and Fred were together and Fred was in jail? I would say you spent some time with Laura. I don't think that that's true. And I think that when you come out here and you speak to your audience, you lie to them every time you say that. However, let's finish listening to Laura.
Okay, but she actually used to sell herself besides just dance?
From what I was told, well, I don't know if you heard of the Cloud Apartments at the Kingsport. They tore a whole freaking section of housings out just because of Andy and her. Whether they waited or they did.
Oh, it was so gross?
Yeah. Because the whole place was condemned for roaches. And
the Cloud Apartment in Kingsport. Okay, yeah. So they lived there at one time. When people thought that she was one that would sell herself, like, did she have a pill problem? Pill problem? Is that was her drug of choice?
I think it's coke or crack.
Because usually, like, I used to be hooked on pills back in the days. That's one of the things I talked about my deal. Usually people have, I thought that she would, I mean, it would make sense how long she stays on her channel, but usually people have, like, you know, they try to say, oh, you know, the way people, I don't know. How long ago was it that she was known as somebody who would sleep around for money? Even while she was with Andy? Like, did he know about it? Was he okay with it, you think?
All I know is he took her to and from work and picked her up.
But
so I think we listened to this in my chat one night. I have to look. And Andy came, I think it was a night Andy came on my panel. I asked him what he felt about Jody Sue working at the stripper joint. It might have been the night Andy and Jody Sue came on my panel, as a matter of fact. I have to dig for these lives. But Andy came on and then Jody came on after him. Was it Halloween? It might have been Halloween. Not last year, the year before, or last year. I'm not sure. I have to look. But Andy admitted to driving Jody to and from her place of business when Jody did that, which to me is grotesque. Let me tell you something. My husband and I are having problems. We're getting better. We're getting back on track. And when he was younger, he hung out before we got married. I'm talking like before 26. Before we got married, he dated this girl and she was a stripper. And, you know, something my husband told me, which I want to research with you guys right now. Let's do a new chat. I'm not logged in, so. Okay. Let's see. How should I ask this? How should a stripper get paid legally at a strip club. Okay. So the first thing it says is number 1, employee model. The club pays hourly wages, at least minimum wage where required. Dancers may also keep tips, stage fees, lap dance income, or commissions. Taxes are withheld from paychecks. The club issues a W-2 at tax time. Independent contractor models. The dancer earns directly from customers through tips, private dances, and stage performances. The club may take a percentage or charge house fees, stage rental fees. Taxes are not withheld. The dancer handles self-employment taxes. The club usually issues a 1099 if earnings meet reporting thresholds. Hybrid or commission system. Some clubs guarantee a base amount of plus commissions from dances or drink sales. Some use tips or pooling or revenue sharing. So this goes on and on. I just wanted to read the first portion of that. So you see that they get paid, they should get paid hourly wages. Now, the club can take a fee, but with that fee, a lot of clubs will legally split tips. Like some have to report their tips, their earnings, because that should go into a 1099. Let's ask that. Hold on. Do strippers have to share tips? Sometimes it depends on the club's policy, state law, and whether the dancers are employed or independent contractors. Tip out to staff. So an independent contractor, somebody like a famous stripper, like that might come from Vegas, and you see them advertised on the strip clubs all the time. Like they're extremely advertised. Like you might see Daisy Duke, or you know what I mean? Like let's just make it up, and they have pictures of them. So that is that's usually an independent person. Tip outs to staff. Dancers often pay a portion of earnings to DJs, bartenders, security, house moms, or valet staff. Stage fees, house fees. Instead of sharing tips directly, dancers may pay the club a flat fee to work that shift. Percentage splits. For VIP rooms or private dancers, the clubs may take a percentage and the dancer keep the rest. So let's ask it. What are the pay laws in Tennessee from 2000 until 2016? I believe we'll go 2020. Oh. So I think she stripped between 2010 and 2019. This was a major litigation error for strip clubs nationwide. Courts across the U.S., including within the federal Sixth Circuit, which covers Tennessee, repeatedly ruled that many exotic dancers were legally employees, not contractors, when clubs controlled schedules, pricing, appearance, and conduct. Minimum wage, overtime, protections against unlawful paycheck deductions, which would have been the house fee, and sometimes payback. During this period in Tennessee, wage payment timing rules required workers to be paid at least monthly. Final wages had to be paid the next payday or within 21 days after leaving employment. Employees generally could not deduct money from wages without written authorization. Tennessee remained an at-will employment state. January 2020, major Tennessee classification changes, and we don't need to look at that. So my point was, as you see, Fred and Jody Sue talk about this club, but they talk about it very vaguely, in my opinion. And I've asked both several questions. Jody has in the past accused Fred of R-ing her. At least Fred said that, and Jody doesn't say it didn't happen. Now, the last couple nights, Jody has been going over some stuff, some of it with Tiffany Marie that I eventually want to get to. And she, in my opinion, had made a statement somewhere in her 10-hour live, or maybe the live before, where Fred might have been capable of harming another woman. Do you want me to tell them that, Fred? She said it all throughout her lives, as if they're secrets Jody's been keeping about Fred, with threats. That bothers me. Okay, so my point of the strip club stuff was I would like to find out from Andy Bernard how Jody Sue was paid. Because during that time period, if a madam was paying the stripper out of pocket, taking tips, I just want to know how Jody was paid. I think it's extremely important to find out if the club ran on good standings, and I'm going to do some research into it. Okay.
Didn't have a good name when I first moved to Tennessee.
How long was ago was that?
And that's been 20 years.
So
Me and Fred's been together 20 years.
20 years. But does she still do those type of things, you think? Do you think she's still into drugs real bad? Or is it just like occasional? Or
I don't know what she does now. I know she probably thinks she smokes pot.
No, that's not a big deal. That doesn't count.
But I'm not heard that she's done anything recently. I can't say that I've seen her hired or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that truck, that maroon truck that they was looking for,
yeah.
Jody Sue was driving the damn thing. That little Toyota truck.
She's still driving it? Or
I know it was her mom was driving it.
So she was driving around that maroon truck around that time?
Mm-hmm.
She was.
Because it was 2 days later, she come in the holler and moving her stuff up from Andy's. Driving that truck.
It's 2 days after Summer went missing?
Well, after y'all come that day,
oh,
it was 2 or 3 days after that. She gave me a ride and holler.
And she was driving that truck.
In the yellow truck. We broke down to the front of the holler. And she just gave me a ride on up here because they was trying to get his cripple in the holler. And she gave me a ride on up here. And we hadn't seen that truck until that night. And Fred's like, did you realize what truck that was? I said, yeah. I said, that's that damn yellow truck. I mean, what truckers are looking for? Maroon truck are looking for.
Fred collaborates a lot of what Laura says in that last video. We're going to go listen to it again so you can hear the things he collaborates and some of the changes.
He said, yeah. He said, Jody Sue's the one that made that comment about him not finding the ladder rack.
Oh, my God.
He said, all they have to do is take the ladder rack off of it.
I think she was waiting for Candace and her mom to get home that day in that truck, waiting to see what kind of pills they got. I really feel like that because I mean, I just know how I was, I just remember back to my using days, and if they owed her Jody Sue some type of pills, like if like Candace or the grandma was fronted some kind of pills, or if they owed.
I hope I don't bore you guys with all my Ziggy content because it's going to take me a month to get through it all. Again, I'm going to make a video where Ziggy constantly talks to Fred and Laura about her using days. The days she used drugs and how much of an addict she was. I feel like she used that to pull at Fred and Laura to manipulate them. I mean, she ate fentanyl patches, remember? We're getting there.
Jody Sue. Because Jody Sue, she had cancer, or right? Or did she, supposedly, or?
I don't know. She hollered and said she was here. Not too long ago, she had cancer, but
she's not a very honest person, so what can we believe,
I think it's just another ploy for sympathy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she was waiting for Candace and them to get home that day, and she was waiting on something and wanted to see when they got home, so she was down in that maroon truck waiting for them. That's what would make sense to me, because I don't know, with the reception and stuff, I don't know if she had Wi-Fi over there, or what else. Like, she probably would have been just waiting down there, especially if she was like going through.
Okay, guys. Since we're going over Laura, something Jody constantly asks me to leave her sister alone. Listen, a question I have. Does Jody's sister ever borrow Mom's truck? We hear Fred and Laura both talk about the ladder racks used to be on and then come off. I've always said her mom's truck is sparkly and dazzly, but I would like to know, was it always sparkly and dazzly, or when she purchased it, or more information, when the ladder racks went off and on, what kind of ladder racks they were. Could it be misinformation? Somebody mistook ladder racks for something else, because I remember Jody stating in one of her videos, responding to Fred a long time ago, not that long ago, but a good bit ago, a few months, that it wasn't ladder racks, you idiot, and she called it something else on her truck, on her mother's truck. I just have a lot of questions, because Jody Sue's sister stated that she was being followed. I took it. I believe Benny Keys took it as well. I believe Tiffany took it as well, by the feds. Jody Sue's sister she doesn't work. She's a real estate agent. She has ties down to Florida. I'm not going to say where, because that's doxing, and, Jody will cry boo-hoo. But, her husband is like the big director, manager, president, or whatever of his division in Johnson City, Toyota. They have a lot of used cars on the lot, and that bothers me. Why is it they can't get a license plate number off all these cameras, or a specific time and date? That is extremely odd to me. That doesn't mean I think Amy did anything, or Jody did anything, or her mother did anything. They're suspects, and that's something I believe the police would look at. And it's an opinion of mine. This is a woman named Brittany. Laura came on panel for the first time, and Brittany was Ziggy's most prized mod. She was so happy to have her on that night, but I've never seen Brittany even in her damn chat, and I never seen her mod for Ziggy. If she did, it wasn't often. However, if you look at this photo, I caught just a glimpse. She purposely tried to stay out of the camera when Ziggy said, show your face. And then Ziggy was like, oh, my mod, Brittany, and hurried up and shut the camera down real quick. But what you see here is somebody who has brown hair that looks like Jody Sue's sister. And she has a voice very similar. I've shared this before, and I've seen other people in my chat agree with me. Now, I'm not saying for fact it is, but they sound almost identical. I've covered it before, but now I'm taking apart bigger clips. I'm working on a few videos right now, and I'm taking apart bigger clips where we are going to compare her voice. It just bothers me that Jody Sue's mom does have a red truck, and nobody will look at the other members of the family. And I also want you to know that Jody Sue has stated in the past that her family also has land, and she is related to the Elliots. I have that in a phone call with her. around the area that Summer Wills went missing. It's not just Andy's family and Fred's family that has connections there. And Jody has also told me she's related to Fred differently than Andy. I don't know what those relations are, but I think it's something that people need to think about. Yep. Okay, seriously, people can not be that stupid to pick up on all the lies. Right. And voices, I don't know, man. We're going to listen to it one day. Okay. Let me get rid of this and put Laura back on. I just wanted to introduce that to you, that theory to you. It's a theory. I'm speculating. It's an opinion. It needs to be looked into. But they were talking about the red truck, so I fleetingly wanted to bring it up.
Or whatever. And
She still got her kids.
yeah, I guess so.
See, that's another thing I don't understand.
Why is she not she's not responsible with kids? No?
I mean, for that little boy's most of his childhood, up until Andy's grandma died not too long ago, well, just about 5 years ago, she raised him. Kept him 24 hours a day. And
Holly
she
did?
was so mean. No, not Holly. It was Andy's grandmother. Lita.
Uh-huh.
One that lived in that house.
Okay.
Lita. She was a sweet woman. But that little boy Andy was so damn mean to her.
The other night, Ziggy and Fred talked about J.L. Hill. James Hill. There is an obituary. I'm not going to dox their whole family, but there is an obituary that names how Fleta is related to Fred. She is also a direct descendant from Randy and Paul Hill. Very connected. Okay. And she was, let's see. He's actually from Scott County, Virginia. So the grandparents of Fred was born in Virginia, which is where they came from. They have deep ties there.
I thought the beat the crap.
Does he have a bad reputation? Is it Andy Jr. that people call him? I guess his real name's Damien. I've been calling him Andy this whole time because Fred Hill called him Andy, and I figured that was his name, Andy Jr. I guess that's just a nickname or something, right?
Call him, what did we call him? Andrew, I think.
His name, I guess, is legally Damien.
I really don't remember what his name is.
So does he have a bad reputation?
He was just a mean little boy when he was young. I mean, they wouldn't make him mind, and he'd pick up stuff and hit Fleta. And her and old woman, I mean, old woman.
He would hit her.
Pick her broom up, hit her across the back with it.
A broom handle? Wow. Did he do any
little poodle?
Yeah.
He beat it.
He beat it to death?
So we know Jody Sue and Andy both went to jail for a period of time. Who took care of the babies? We know Jody Sue was a stripper and Andy would ride her. So I think he would stay at the club with her. And there was no parents at home with the babies. Do I believe Laura? I don't know. Jody Sue's son grew up to be a very respectable man. He's in the services. He's in the military. But is that what his path would have been if Summer didn't go missing? Was he bad and unruly when he was a kid is a question. What kind of parents were Jody Sue and Andy that Jody Sue can sit on lives every single fucking day and spew out all kinds of bullshit? Just makes me wonder how she talks about Andy's parents all the time, and even her mom. At the beginning of Summer's case, Jody would come out calling her mom and her sister and all their friends flying monkeys. Does anybody remember that? I've showed it, and we can show it again another day. Okay, hold on.
No, not he hit it with. He hit it with something. I don't remember what it was.
He hit up the poodle with something.
Yeah.
Did it get like?
He was just a little kid. He'd get so fit. I think Andy and them wouldn't show up like they were supposed to or something, and he was so fit. And so he would have to call us or call Ron's ass to come up and help her with him because he was so fit and beat her, throw stuff at her. And
does he have? Do you know if he? Because Jody Sue was mentioning something like a peeping Tom. Was there ever any peeping Toms around here? Or any stories of that?
We have people up here all the time. There's people, somebody around constantly.
Like just walking, stealing stuff. Fred
has to keep his tools pretty much put up in the truck at all times. Every time he leaves anything laying, it's gone.
So, but or Andy Jr. I'll just call him Andy Jr. Is he known to do anything weird sexually, like have anything that with kids?
I don't know about any of that.
Okay. Or peeping Tom? Was he in? Now the new thing is that he was seen in the woods of Dawn and Candace's area.
Jody Sue's son literally just turned 18 right before Summer went missing or right after. Like literally within a week. I think. I have to look. That was an accusation to somebody who was very young. If Laura would have felt that way, she should have called CPS instead of Ziggy asking her that and bringing it out to YouTube the same way Cracking Cases did. So what you're seeing here is Ziggy trying to cover the same thing Cracking Cases was covering because Pam Sanchez put out an image, and I had it saved. I have to look for it. I don't know if I still have it, of a man in his 40s. As she told people, and Cam and Allie told people, it was Jody Sue's son. The man had on a flannel. To be honest with you, he looked more like Fred than he did Jody Sue's son. But Ziggy went with this bullshit, right? And put it out there that Jody Sue's son was an SAer. This, in my opinion, now I've gone after Jody Sue for discrepancies in her stories, even with her children, things her children say. Like her daughter pointing out that Jody Sue was lying about her father the night in the red truck, that Jody Sue says I attacked her. No, the point was that you are a liar and your daughter called your lies out. It wasn't in any way to harm your child. It was to show that Jody Sue is a complete liar. Okay, so, parents purchased her for, and yeah, she did say that, and I need to find that clip, Kylie. I have a lot. I have like so many fucking videos, and nothing is organized. Look at my side panel there. Those are just thumbnails and shit from the shit I've been making and everything. Like my folders, my Canva's so old. I've had Canva since it came out a few years later. But before it got really big, and my folder was already filled with artwork, and I just have destroyed it. I can, however, add another account and clean it up, but then I would have to re-download everything, and it's just a pain in the ass. I have no organization skills at all when it comes to my videos. I'm trying. I'm getting better. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to this.
Yes, before Summer went missing. That he was caught back there snooping around or doing something. I don't know if you had heard anything like that. Did you see Dawn give Andy money that day, or Summer went missing the night too? Did you see that? Mm-hmm. You saw the money exchange? Do you know what that was about? No? Mm-mm. You think it was a drug thing, or I think it was pot. Just weed? Oh. Okay. But how do you remember Dawn that night that Summer went missing? Like, how he was acting?
Guilty, my opinion. Because the man, every time I ever seen Don until that night, he had never mentioned religion. And I'll say this till I die. Mm-hmm. He never mentioned being God, never. He was always drinking, or he was high on something.
Oh, he was always drinking,
and
for sure.
That night he came up here, after she got gone, he started talking about God, and crucifixion, and how God will resurrect her. That sounds like a man is guilty.
Yeah, and he never talked like that before? Did you see him often? And he never... Okay. I'm writing down notes. Fred last time mentioned something about a silver car Andy was driving, and he said that the truck Andy was following went up to 167 Ben Hill. Do you know about a silver car? Like what car, silver car Andy was driving?
Like Cube thing? This was a Cube.
Oh, is it one of their vehicles?
I think it was one that had a rental car. Cube looking thing.
Oh, okay. Have you seen Andy Jr. do anything like, you don't know, I mean, because last time Fred was like, oh, that kid's about capable of anything. Do you know anything like that? Like, I mean,
Fred knows him better than I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he was when he was a little boy, and I thought he was a little brat.
Yeah.
I couldn't raise a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I can't even just maybe excuse it.
Yeah, not that disrespectful.
Look at you, young woman and kick her in the leg.
I know, that's just crazy.
That's just nonsense. Be one later and he get jerked up for fast and head.
So you don't know of any type of domestic abuse between Andy and Jody Sue?
She's always told me he's beating on her.
She would say that he was beating on her?
But I've never seen her this morning. I've always seen Andy walk away. From what I've seen, he just get in the car and leave. I ain't listening to it and say and go on.
Is Fred pretty close to him?
No.
Because he's like similar age, with an age to him, right? But really Fred's first cousins with Andy's mom.
Fred's really not getting close to any of them, to be honest. Fred's kind of a loner.
Snitching? Andy or Jody Sue snitching?
Oh, yeah.
Did they snitch to get out of something in like 10 years ago or something?
They snitched on a guy, Kenny Lawson.
Kenny Lawson. That sounds very, very familiar.
They gave him a ride home from the damn jail, and when he got in the vehicle with them and they pulled out, they got pulled over, and they found cocaine in the car, and they took Kenny right back to prison. As Jody Sue and them said that it was his.
But was it his, or? So did that happen?
And Blue Solo said it was his. Do you know, let me skip ahead here a little bit because I put some other clips out here. This one should be easy to find. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking for it. I had a clip. I don't know. It's not showing. You could see his thing on it. But do you know that Ziggy and Blue Solo were calling each other? Oh, yeah. Here, this is the clip. Hold on. I remember which one it is. Let's watch a short clip. Where did you go? Here it is, and he's on the screen.
I know. What happened today? What with Laura getting arrested? He told you this was going to happen to Fred. Please hear him out. What do you mean? He did? Well, I guess if you want to come up here, but I know you're just going to be... Well, why don't you call my cell phone? Blue Solo Cup.
So Blue Solo Cop has her cell phone number. They talk personally. Call my cell phone, Blue Solo. That's what she's telling you. Okay. So you just heard Laura at the very end of that clip I played say Blue Solo said it was his. Now Blue Solo has been on my panel where he told me Mike Lawson was his cousin and it's Kenny Lawson's brother or something like that. So Blue Solo was involved, in my opinion, in the James Light rug bust because he would come on panel and he would do this math quiz with me very often. Like the missing one. Is he the missing one? He made me feel like it was somebody in my family. He told us a very elaborate story on my panel that was almost suspense-filled about two kids being on the road the day Summer disappeared, and he drinks all the time. We hear about all these drunk drivers in Ben Hill. Bill Benton's one of them. Need better rights for the script, or at least writers that remember what they wrote before. If this is somebody writing this shit, it's like you can't make this shit up. But what you just seen was Laura talking about Jody Sue Brown and Andy and her thoughts. The mailbox was right. There was a lot of things that were right. But you hear her. To me, it sounds like a jealousy. My dog is crying. He wants out and he's not going out. It's been raining and he just came in. My daughter let him in. My husband will be home soon and can let him in. Okay, let him out. Anyway, so to me, it seemed almost like a jealousy, something between Laura. But what you see is Ziggy very much so, and let me put this back up. This is a short video discrediting everything Laura says. Like Laura has no memory. I don't think Laura was very confused. However, I do think Laura makes up stories, and that's what we're going to go into very next. We're going to pull up the things Laura has said about Candace. Hold on.
Laura, did you guys go to the grocery store?
We stopped at Zoomer's. I don't think we even went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
We got the drinks and stuff at Zoomer's, I think.
Yeah. So if Laura said that they went to the grocery store or whatever, that's her account, and Fred you don't remember that doing that. Mm-hmm. I don't know how there would have been time for something like that. Plus 4 to 6, that wouldn't be exactly right. That couldn't be right. That they wouldn't have been able to get to the store by 4. Plus, they saw Andy at the gas station at 5:30. So, yeah, I mean, that's just 2 eyewitness accounts, and you'll have to take it up with Laura.
Yeah. What did you say?
It's Fred that has told his story over and over and over again, and Fred that was the one that recorded, and Fred that was the one that rode with law enforcement to certain places. It's going to be a lot different. Plus, Fred's memory is crazy. Like, it's really good.
Law enforcement's got a copy of my phone. Everybody that was talking to it, and they run every ping and stuff, every Wi-Fi that it connected into. And
I hope they did that with everybody. I mean,
it's probably an animal, right? Or it could be.
Who says she doesn't know what she's doing?
Yeah.
Just because she doesn't, she freaking claims that they made it to the junkyard and that they went to the grocery store. And this was said, I mean, and how many months was that, 2? I mean, how many years after? It was like 2 years after when you hear her talking about this stuff. It wasn't like soon after. And she didn't work with police. It's not going to be that big of a thing in her mind. It wasn't her.
Just like she thought we had
Past Candace and stuff.
Candace and stuff. And she told that when I asked her about it, she said that she thought they was in the green Suburban or whatever. I'm like, I don't never remember Paige no more seeing them that day at all.
Yeah, Annie, that's the thing too. When was the interviews? Was it at a time that she was mad at me and Fred and trying to, you have to take into context everything at the time. But also this is was years after Summer went missing when she said this, and I don't know. I've never, the person that I talk to, we do hear a little bit of Laura in the next one. And but you'll hear a little bit of her story in the next one. But, really, I didn't talk to Laura that much.
Laura didn't want
around the case. She didn't want any really anything to do with it. And I honestly don't think it's fair for people even to give her a hard time about or act like she's lying about something because she mistook. To me, it seems like a really just innocent mistake on a lot of the stuff. Why wouldn't he want to answer your question? Trial Junkie, you hang out in some very questionable chats and you have no problems with it, with them. But you're giving Fred a hard time about stupid stuff like he went.
I'm sure that was referencing my chat because Trial comes in here. I just seen her. Wasn't she just in here? Hold on. I thought I just seen her come in. There she is. She attacked Trial Junkie during this live the other day because Trial Junkie comes into my chat. Ziggy, I think you and Fred's marriage is extremely questionable. I don't appreciate you attacking my subs because they come into both of our chats. If we're all here for a collective purpose, and that is to find this missing little girl, you shouldn't have a problem with somebody coming into your chat. She was not rude to you, and what you did was completely irresponsible, in my opinion. Okay.
I want to answer if Laura was with him the evening of June 15th when he was out and about. Yes. Laura was yeah. And what are you talking about the evening? Because Fred was already back after
she went with me that morning. Well, left and come back. Because I left and come back.
Yeah, there's no reason to be like that. Fred, there's nothing to hide. There's no reason to, that's really weird to kind of way to address your question when you're wanting an answer from somebody. It's really aggressive and it's rude. You're not giving anybody a chance. It's very,
between 4 and 7, what? What you mean between 4 and 7?
Oh, because when you had left about around 4-ish, and then go out and you see those people broke down.
4:15 is when I left her first time.
And then you had to come back in to get
the evening.
Had to come back in to get the trailer but yeah, 4 and 7, yes. Laura was with him. What are you trying to get at?
So I have that all taken apart in another video. I am making an extensive video about the timeline. I'm working on it. I messed up today. I have to fucking start over. I apologize, but as soon as it's done, I will bring it to you. We will be talking about the timeline and going to the hauling and seeing Andy on the road, as Laura said, and all this other stuff. Okay. here's what I'm doing next. I was going to show Candace. I thought I had that video done. That video is not done. So what I'm going to show instead, this was not done neither, but it's done enough that we can talk about it. I want you to listen to, I think I'm renting a room to my son's friend, and I think he's here. I just heard him. I hope he put the dog out. All right, let's see. Video file. No. How do I do this? Add to stage. Hold on. I've only done this a few times, so I apologize. Let's remove. There we go. So this video is about Bill Benton. These are some things that Fred has said about Bill Benton. And then we're going to go to a very unfinished video that I go to all the time. And we're going to listen to some other things that Fred said about Bill Benton. But he went really deeply into detail about Bill and Vicky and Candace being pregnant the other day. And that's what I was working on. I'm going to go look. I think I know where it is. But this goes hand in hand with it. So we're going to listen.
We have another one.
Hey, wait, I think I can make it so you guys can see.
I thought they had another boy. I mean, because it just seemed like it was ever worse than dogs, you know?
Seemed like every year she'd have
Didn't even seem like it'd be time she'd be having another one. And then come to find out, after the time we seen them, and they had 4 at that time. They had 2 in between that they give up.
They've had 2 since summer, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
So they have had other babies this summer. There was a rumor about that.
Yeah.
Good Lord, if that's true, then she's had, because there was, I know for a fact there was 2.
Vicky Dox's went along. That was talked about. Vicky and Bill Benton's. Vicky Dox's and Bill Benton's.
So you still feel like that she had other kids since summer?
Mm-hmm. The way they talk.
And there was that incident where Laura talked about seeing her pregnant, and
that was when we was out there, Vicky and them, when they come out there drinking and stuff with Bill.
So you guys really did believe that
she was still driving that maroon van at that time.
Laura states, we went up to get the blue truck. Let me see some. I don't know if I have this one done. We're going to add a page. Go to my uploads, videos. It was one with K crime. Give me 1 minute here, guys. That's right. I had a sound problem.
Okay, and that was a month before Summer went missing is when they pulled that truck out of there. When you guys pulled the truck out of there. And you guys pulled it out with the yellow Nissan?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I had a much larger clip. Let me see if I can find it. I think I did. Give me 1 minute. Laura, Andy, Dawn's relationship. Give me 1 second here, guys. I think I got the wrong thing. This is one I want to pull up. Okay. Hold on. We got to find this clip. So let me re-listen to that because I'm confusing myself here.
I thought they had another little boy. I mean, because it just seemed like it was ever worse than dogs, you know?
Seemed like every year she was having
Didn't even seem like every time she'd be having another one. And then come to find out, after the time we seen them, and they had 4 at that time. They had 2 in between that they give up.
They've had 2 since summer, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
So they have had other babies this summer? There was a rumor about that.
Yeah.
Good Lord, if that's true, then she's had, because there was, I know for a fact there was 2.
Vicky Dox's went along. That was talked about. Vicky and Bill Benton's. Vicky Dox's and Bill Benton's.
So you still you still feel like that she like had other kids since summer?
Mm-hmm. The way they talk.
And there was that incident where Laura talked about seeing her pregnant, you know, and
that was when we was out there, Vicky and them's, when they come out there drinking and stuff with Bill.
So you guys really did believe that
she was still driving that Marine van at that time.
So you still believe that it seemed like she was having kids more, like quite like off, that there was more since summer?
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be crazy.
You talked about Candace giving one up or something before Dawn could take and get some of those, especially being a little girl.
While Dawn was at work, she went to the hospital and had it, and she didn't give it up before he even knew that she had it.
That's what Vicky had said, you know.
So you have that story from Vicky Dykes, which was somebody who hung up out the wells all the time.
Well, she didn't hang up, or they went out there to their place. And then
they hung out.
Bill started having issues, Bill and Vicky, that's when Bill started staying up there at the wells was a lot. At the shed, at the bottom.
So this was a hearsay story you heard about giving up a child at the hospital. Okay, so that makes sense.
Good Lord, she must have had like 10 kids. In the shed and in that bus and the way Bill talked. Because he's talking about all kinds of good stuff in that bus and stuff.
Like what?
I don't know.
So he would camp out in that bus that's up on the Wells property.
See, at one point there at the end.
And that was Vicky Dykes' boyfriend or whatever when they would have problems, right?
Yeah, he would go up there.
Yeah, so you heard this story about this, like, okay, these other kids and stuff. Okay, that makes sense. It's rumors and hearsay.
I think it's pretty much split for good at that point.
I mean, wasn't she somebody that was around Candace and Dawn a lot, wasn't she?
Well, they would go out there, you'd see them out there, the van. And they come a couple times while we had been out there.
I mean, definitely around them a lot more than you guys were around them. They would party together, wouldn't they?
At least because she had 2 before she was on.
Bill a lot. It's more connected to Bill than it was Vicky, I think. From what I was saying, you know.
Which is weird because Bill Benton is the one that showed up at your house that time that the whole incident happened with that group of people. And that was like, that was after this. That would have been the end of this year, that year that we're...
So Fred is going to go on and tell you a different story of something that happened with Bill Benton. I want you to pay attention. I think Bill Benton and Vicky Dykes are neighbors, and they need to be looked at.
It would have been November,
That's the last time I seen Bill was when that incident
October, November, or whatever it was of 2022. When
I tried to get up with Bill and stuff. I even went by his mom's and everything because he had let on like because he tore my truck and stuff all to pieces when he wrecked that night. That he could get me a camper that he had at his mom's for the damages and stuff. And I kept going by his mom's trying to catch him there and never could catch him.
Wow.
But I was told he'd hide in the camper every time I come by there, what his brother ended up telling.
Oh my God.
I was about to the point, I was about ready to just back up and just take off with it. But I didn't.
Because
I know that I ended up going to jail. They called law and all that.
And that was that incident, like, because you were pissed because that it was seemed like he was it almost seemed like he was part of that group or you were starting to wonder.
Well, see, at first I figured it had something to do with
Brandon,
Light Holler and stuff, Brandon and all them, because the gun went off and stuff, and then I got back up with Bill before Bill could get unhung and stuff off the truck and all that down there when he wrecked. He was asking where the fuck he was going, and he said he was going to go on the other side, which other side would have been Light Holler Road, you see. And then I got thinking, well, why is he going over there, unless he's going over to check on them or something. So that's when I went out there. That first place I went to was out there to see who was there and how they was acting, And I think I did ride a motorcycle out there that time.
So he went up there to see how Bill was acting the night Summer went missing. And he rode a motorcycle. Is that what he just told us? Let's go back.
And then all them, because the gun went off and stuff, and then I got back up with Bill before Bill could get unhung and stuff off the truck and all that down there when he wrecked. He was asking where the fuck he was going, and he said he was going to go on the other side, which other side would have been Light Holler Road, you see. And then I got thinking, well, why is he going over there, unless he's going over to check on them or something. So that's when I went out there. That first place I went to was out there.
Why would he be going to Glenda Head's house to check on Brandon and Glenda and all of them?
To see who was there and how they was acting, And I think I did ride a motorcycle out there that time. But that was when I started witnessing.
Well, many people, like, early on did speculate a lot about Candace, like, having multiple. I mean, I don't know.
Or me seeing her with a child after summer, I didn't see her carrying one. I mean, in her arms or something like that.
No. All right.
Because Dickie was talking about you would never know that Candace was even pregnant by just looking at her,
Yeah.
She always talked about that.
Because I hear that all that Candace's mom got that day was hydrocodones, and that wouldn't have done anything. Wouldn't have been.
I really ain't never heard of Candace do anything such. every once in a while doing some boxing.
Mhm.
But her thing was drinking.
Yeah.
She's just
Bad alcoholic, huh?
and very abusive, verbally abusive. She's been young, and that's what bothered me most about her.
You know that there's accusations now of her, supposedly she was, like she would like, pinch their privates, like kick them in their privates, you know, just, and
Yeah, Ziggy accused Candace of pinching Summer's privates and kicking them in it.
supposedly, yeah, she would do things like that to, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's,
They said that she was being helpful.
was it all of them or was it specifically any of the ones specifically?
Every time I was saying be mean to them, it was always all of them.
All of them? And Summer, or?
Summer, I never really was around her that much. I didn't really care much for Candace because she just kept having babies and babies and babies. And she's giving them away, man.
She was giving them away? That's one thing that people are trying to figure out is like...
I know she gives one away.
It was in it. You think it was after Summer? Or before?
Before Summer.
Before Summer? She gave, you know, for a fact, she gave, like, what do you mean gave away, like when she was at the hospital, or?
They said she took it and went to the hospital while Dawn was at work. And give it for adoption and...
She
She didn't even really tell Dawn that she was doing it. What I was told.
Did she give birth to the baby at the hospital? So while she was giving birth, or did she give it
the baby and she just left it at the hospital?
That would match up with, it would match up better if it, because I do think that there was one girl before Summer, possibly, but after, so that's what threw me off a little bit about,
If I'm not mistaken, it's not been too long ago. It was after Summer, maybe. That they want to give away. And they might do one before Summer.
Was she selling them, or?
It didn't seem like it was too long ago. But before Summer went missing, that we went up there to get a truck that Dawn gave Fred. And she was pregnant then. She stood up and she was pregnant, and I was trying to look at her, and she said, "Yeah, I'm pregnant."
And Summer was there. You don't remember if Summer was there?
Yes, Summer was there because they had cut her hair off real short.
What truck was it?
Actually, her head was shaved.
Well, what truck was it?
A blue Ford.
A blue Ford?
We took down there for a little.
Do you care if I take a picture of it, like before I leave? Oh, okay. Okay. So the one that has no windows in it right now?
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that, was it working when he was giving it?
It wasn't. You just got it from over.
So Fred just towed it down here?
We pulled it in the holler.
Okay. So, oh wow. Okay. Wonder if there was a way to figure out hopefully I can.
And that was about a month before Summer went missing.
And you're pretty sure that she was pregnant at that point?
Yeah.
And that she was about to have a baby?
Yeah, because she looked at me and said, "Yeah, I'm pregnant again."
How pregnant did she look? Like
very day. I mean, just.
You know what? That would make sense too, because she's lost a lot of weight.
you know, if it was right before. I thought she was losing weight because of the stress of the, you know, everything going on and stuff. But it would make sense if she just had a baby right when Summer went missing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is bombshell info. If this is true, if there's some way we can prove this.
If I can, hey, Laura, why don't you write that down?
I have to write stuff down too. I'm gonna write that question down to ask Fred about that blue truck, and hopefully I can catch him before. I mean, maybe after I have to go pick up my girls over. They're actually at Warriors Path or at the park right now, but I really want to see what he remembers about that. But you think you remember seeing Summer when?
Mm-hmm. I know I remember seeing Summer because I thought she was the littlest little boy. And they said, no, this is our little girl.
And you feel like it was right before she went missing, mm-hmm. when her head was shaved.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been.
It was about a month.
Within the month.
It was about a month before Fred pulled that car. The truck.
Or when, you mean if it was a month before she went missing?
Yeah.
And when he got that truck, mm-hmm. to work, because Fred works on vehicles, right?
Mm-hmm. I got the truck for the engine.
For who?
For the engine.
Oh, okay.
The engine that was supposed to be good.
You feel okay?
Yeah, I just wish she came on with this pot.
Oh,
something a lawnmower or something other, and want to buy it, want to trade it.
Yeah.
Something a 4-wheeler or something other than just trading around mostly.
Did the one? Okay, so she told me something very, very interesting earlier about that truck out there. You got that truck off, Dawn? It's I think like blue down there at the end. It's like kind of like not much left of it, but it's part of the frame and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that from Dawn?
Yeah, that was actually from Dawn. That come about 2 months before Summer went missing. I don't know. He come here one night and he had Haskell Ryan's dog. He picked it up along the road somewhere. He said he'd hit it and stuff. I mean, I recognized the dog as soon as he.
He said he hit it.
He said he'd hit it down about.
So Fred talked about this the other night, and I took the parts out, and we are going to speak about Haskell, Chad, everybody they spoke about. Like I said, I'm making little videos. Bear with me. We're going to be going over Ziggy content a long time again.
Beach Creek Market somewhere down there. I don't know. She didn't act like she'd been hit, you know. Because she got out here and drove me crazy up on the top of the roof, running back and forward and every damn thing. I was trying to get hold of Haskell to come, Haskell is his real name, but to come and get her. And then he was trying to say like I had stole her or something.
What kind of dog is?
She's just mixed up like dog. There's some kin to the dog said is that
were down there.
Yeah, the smaller like dogs.
Oh, okay. So kind of like probably like mine.
Like they call them mountain fast, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, I tried looking up that Haskell guy. Okay, so I got up that truck down there. You said you got. When did you get that from him?
About roughly 2 months before Summer.
And was it blue? Was it blue or red? Because he was driving around the red one.
No, that matter. It's a real dark color, hunter green.
Because he had a red truck that he was driving around.
I've never seen on no red truck.
And maybe it was that one because the red interior looks like.
It's not been drove in probably 25 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He's been like that right there. He come here one night and I was working on a motor out here, and he mentioned that truck had a motor in it that's supposed to be rebuilt and stuff. That's how it come about. He gave me that truck for the motor and stuff out of it.
so it hadn't been driven for a long time when you went and towed it down here?
He never drove that truck. Darn it.
Because he was driving around the truck.
For some parts off of it, save somebody else. He had never drove it.
Because he was driving around a truck that's on his Facebook that has like a red interior, kind of like that.
I'm going to stop sharing it because I got to go over this video again. I thought that also had the K crime clip in it. I'll bring that out. It didn't, but that was the same story. She told K crime about, yeah, I'm pregnant. And then it comes into the blue truck and Haskell Rhines, in my opinion, and some other things. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, but hubby's making pizza. I'm going to get off soon. But before I do, Kylie wants to hear, Laura's voice opposed to Prayer Garden. So I found a video where we could do that. Except for now it ain't working. Hold on.
Come try to sweep in and start sleeping with my old man. And that's exactly what I told her she would do. The first time I ever met her. If she wants to get down to the nitty gritty on it.
Right.
I'm not. I mean, me and Fred, we're getting along pretty decent right now, but no, that ain't gonna go good.
Now, here's my thing. What I wanted to ask you, why is Ziggy saying it? Because she kept telling me she wanted to talk to you, but she can't talk to you right now because, you're still using and staying mixed up all the time. But every time I talk to you, and I've been talking to you for a few months now, you're as normal and as coherent and sober as I am. So where does she keep getting off that
I don't think they sound alike, and you can hear them talking together, Kylie. I'm sorry, honey. I don't agree with you. Please don't hate me. Okay, but however, I think we should go over these tonight. I'm going to come back. It is after 10. I'm going to have dinner because I've not done that yet. Very bad timing at night. I'm going to be back at midnight. And we're going to listen to this exact video. I'm just going to leave it out. But I hope you enjoyed tonight's live. What I wanted to show you tonight was how the blue truck and how Fred changed the whole story. The whole story. From the very first story Laura told, now all of a sudden he heard it at Vicky Dykes. For some reason, I believe Fred's story more than I do Laura's. But what it shows is Fred scared of something now? We've seen Ziggy take her content down, put it back up, all kinds of crazy shit going on, right? So is there something Fred suddenly is scared of that he's going back over content and trying to change certain points and certain things he said? Because the story has 100% done a flip. And do you all remember when Ziggy said, if I ever caught Fred lying, I would never talk to him again? Well, they lied. Ziggy. All right. I'm going to jump off. Pez amore, peace and love, and I will see you at midnight to go over this exact interview. All right, guys. Bye.